Right, racism in Serie A once again, Gab. This time it's Mario Balotelli who's frustrated, so frustrated that he boots the ball into the stand at Verona and looks as if he's going to walk off. This was in Verona, I just said, and what happened and what will happen now, Gab?
Yeah, so what happens pretty much what you described. I mean, the Balotelli, he was booed from the start against Verona, which you expect because he's from Brescia and there is a local rivalry there. And then at one point, he goes over to play the ball near the corner flag, and he gets racially abused with monkey noise. It's different from obviously what he was getting throughout the game, which is kind of stick that top players get. He looked to walk off the pitch. It's just to clear up some misconceptions here. People were saying, "Oh, look, his teammates and his and the opponents, they're not letting him walk off." Yeah. No, in fact, that's not what they're doing. They're talking to him. They're trying to calm him down, trying to find out what's happened. And ultimately, he stayed on the pitch. The referee, people say, there was a delay. No, the referee applied the protocol, which in Italy is just a two-step protocol, which means he suspends the game because of the racist abuse. It calls everybody to the middle of the pitch, which I think is really important to do. And announcement over the tannoy. And after that, it stopped. We can debate the protocol or whatever else, but I think you have to give it a chance to go and work. Now, a couple things here. You got to call out the manager. Now, this abuse was circumscribed to the corner of the flag. It was not audible on television. It was not audible. I spoke to just a bunch of people who were there. It was not audible in other parts of the ground. It was audible in that section, right? So the fool, a man named Ivan Juric.
I was about to tell you.
Yeah.
Ask you.
Okay, so this dude, he's the manager of Verona, comes out, and instead of saying what a normal person would have said,
yeah.
Well, I didn't hear it, which would have been fine. Most people didn't hear it. He comes out and says, "No, it never happened. It's all lies. It's lies. It's garbage. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm Croatian. I've been called a gypsy. It's got nothing to do with anything."
That was...
immediately turning it against Balotelli. The Verona president, Maurizio Setti, didn't help himself either by coming out and saying, "Well, if it happened." Enough of this if it happened
Why
thing.
did they do that? Why?
Because they're cretins and they're just subjugated to what they think is the local opinion. They've got an incredibly provincial, stupid outlook. We know it happened because there's a video taken from within the stands, from within the Verona fans, where you can clearly hear this.
Yeah, I hear it.
You know the funniest thing about that video? The guy who posted it is a local DJ, and he actually posted it to show that he was not being racially abused. But then when you actually listen to it, you can actually hear the abuse.
God,
so he took it down. But by that point, of course, that video's out there. The screwed up thing here is that early indications are that the people, the league observer was there, and the way the system works, he counts the people doing it, and based on whether it's a certain proportion of the people in that stand, you can then shut down that stand next time around. Apparently it's about 15 people who were involved, which again sounds credible to me. That might not be enough to shut that stand down. That might mean that Verona only get a fine. And this is why it's so important now for other people to step forward. Yeah. So Verona said, "Oh yeah, we're going to isolate the people who did this, identify them." You know what? Why don't you tell us what you're doing now to go and find these people? Why don't you act as a club saying that it's all down to the federation? Because the federation laws are there. They're obviously not sufficient. Why don't you get up off your rear end and go and make a statement about this? Equally, the Italian league. I know, not your jurisdiction. You know what? These people still represent you around the world. Come out, make a statement, not platitudes, but ask the clubs for a concrete plan on how they're going to deal with the situation rather than trotting out this incessant, just a minority crap. But personally, I think I'm a little bit encouraged by the fact that, like I said, the protocol worked.
Yeah.
Balotelli was on board with it. He posted on Instagram. He thanked the players out there for the support. And the reason, by the way, people say, "Well, it doesn't work. Everybody should just walk off." Well, no, because it's a much stronger statement if both teams and the referee walk off. That becomes an institutional statement against it. And what it does also is it makes sure that all these other fans who are not racially abusing Balotelli but maybe don't care about it, all of a sudden those guys, and should care about it, all of a sudden those guys begin to care because it means that Verona forfeits the match and it means that the match is called off.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.